Konnichiwa, children. It's Mr. Bruce with another book today, and this one is called Maple. And it's about a little girl whose name is Maple, and she has her very own maple tree. But before we start, eyes watching, ears listening, voices quiet, body calm. Maple. Maple was a little girl, and she loved her name. When she was just still a little whisper, her parents planted a tree in her backyard in her honor. Even though Flavia and Millie and Lena and Lily and Constance, they were all good names too, Maple was the perfect name for this little girl, and there are the leaves falling on her right there. As Maple grew from a baby into a toddler, into a preschooler, her tree grew right along with her. Sometimes, when Maple was noisy, which was a lot, her parents sent her outside to play. Her tree didn't mind if she was loud. Maple would sing to her tree, la 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 la. And she'd swing and sway for her tree, and sometimes she'd even pretend to be a tree. Look, she'd put leaves in her hair and in her mouth and pretend she was a tree. She really liked trees. Some days, when the wind was just right, Maple would simply lie under her tree, and its leaves would just dance around for her in the wind, and she would watch them dance. One day, Maple noticed that her tree was bare. The leaves were falling off. She was worried the tree might get cold. Now, trees don't get cold, but she didn't know that. So Maple took off her jacket and gave it to the tree to stay warm. Well, the tree doesn't need a jacket. Sometimes, Maple wished she had someone else to play with. One thing the tree was not very good at was catching snowballs. She wondered if the tree felt the same way and wanted somebody else to play with too, a tree. So, Maple introduced her to a friend. She made a snowman and put some sticks in it. Well, the friendship didn't last because when the sun came out, guess what happened to the snowman tree? It melted. But even though Maple and her tree still had each other, no matter what. Through summer, through winter, through spring, look, it's starting to get leaves back again. The birds are coming in, and there's a squirrel. One day, something surprising happened. She was looking in the ground, and what was coming up? It looked like a little tiny baby tree. Then something really surprising happened. There's Maple's mommy. She was going to have a baby. And she did. And Maple became a big sister. She tried to be a very good sister. She would babysit her little brother. If the baby would cold, Maple would give her a hat and gloves. If the baby was lonely, Maple would share her special friends with her. But Maple couldn't always make the baby happy, because sometimes babies just cry and cry and cry. When the baby was noisy, which was a lot, Maple would take her outside to play. Come on, let's get outside and play. Wah, wah. Then, as the little tree grew next door to it, something magical happened. The maple tree dance for them both. And there was just enough room under the tree for Maple and her little sister, Willow. That's the baby's name. The end. And there she is waving hello. So Maple was named after her tree, Maple. And the tree's name was Maple. If you had a tree or a plant named after you, what would that tree's name be? And would you introduce it to other trees as that name? What is the funniest name you could make for a tree? Think that over, and I'll talk it to you later. Give your answer to your parents. Until then, be good and wash your hands. Bye-bye. I miss you all. Bye-bye.